I got the horse right.
Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Handicappers Corner here at the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads and along with Drew Forster we're going to go through the Saturday, July the 7th races at Hastings Park, and should be a lot of fun. 8 races on tap.
8 races on tap.
Good steak.
Nice steak for 3-year-old fillies.
Mile 16.
Should be a sunny, beautiful day out there.
Finally, it's nice to get the sunscreen and the shorts out instead of the umbrellas and the jackets. And
Hastings Park is one of the most beautiful tracks you'll ever visit on a sunny day.
It is. All right, on to the first race. Try and get you some winners for a sunny Saturday. We do have some $3,000 claimers. Non-winners are 3 a lifetime. They're going to go 6.5 furlongs. Exactors, pick 4s going on here on the first. Lots of wagers. I've gone to the 3 Gypsy Magic, horse that really didn't run a bad race last year. Only won a couple of times, though. He was up and down the claiming ladder. Went to the sidelines in mid-September. He's taken him a while to get back to the races, but his last work in 1:13 and 4, definitely a good one over a very fast strip. Gets Amadeo Perez. Looks like he's probably going to take a good trip in behind the 1 and 2, who appear to be the speed in the race, and I think he's going to be awfully tough from there. So I'm going to take the 3 Gypsy Magic to win it. I put the 1 Romance and Traveler. Going to go in blinkers again. This horse did wear blinkers last year. Going to go back in blinkers. Going to show some speed, probably from the rail, I would imagine. And I put the 2 Kentucky Clipper in for 3rd. Horse shortening up off being a pace casualty going long last time. Yeah. It's kind of a wild pace against better company. Queechy ran off and hid that day in 1:43 and 3. So Kentucky Clipper definitely outclassed there. But in a much better spot today. So I've got him in for 3rd. But I do like Gypsy Magic to defeat Romance and Traveler. If Gypsy Magic isn't ready to go, then I think Romance and Traveler would be the one that wins it. I went 3-1-2.
Right there with you. I got Gypsy Magic on top. Like I say, the one thing that worries me is he hasn't run this year, but his back class is just too much to ignore, I think. And like I say, the works are good enough. So if he's anywhere near right, I put him in the winner's circle. I put Mobile Supreme in the 2nd spot. This is a guy that,
I don't mind that horse.
Yeah, he's kind of been knocking at the door all year. He's got, Enrique rode him the once last time. Now he knows the horse. Maybe the 2nd time he gets a little bit more out of him. I don't mind him either. I got him in the 2nd spot. And I do have Romance and Traveler in 3rd spot. As you mentioned, another horse that it's been, ran into ice rules and some tough horses last time. This race suits him pretty good.
Yeah, no, class drop and has the rail in a small field. Might be long gone. We'll see.
Absolutely. So it's 3, 6, and 1 for me. And on to the 2nd. 3-year-old fillies claiming $5,000. And I've gone to a horse that is probably going to pay about $210 here. The outside horse, Diamond Dancer, just won this, pretty much this identical race by 8. Ran off and hid that day. Outside draw, Amadeo's going to kind of, if it's a hot pace, he could probably just sit back off a little bit. She's pretty versatile, can do what you want with her. So I think she's a single on any of your multi-race kind of tickets. I got Diamond Dancer, the 6 on top. The 2nd spot, I put the horse who ran second to her last time. This is a horse that has got some back class and hasn't exactly been able to put it together since she came to Hastings. It's a 5, Advanced Cash. But she looks like the best of the rest to me. And in the 3rd spot, I put number 2, Market Time. Horse just broke her maiden, but another one that's always seems to be right there. Hasn't missed a board in her lifetime, so I got her in the 3rd spot. So it's 6, 5, and 2 for me. Yeah,
I agree on the 6-horse Diamond Dancer. I don't know if I'd want to stand alone with her, only because I'm a little worried with the 1 Paloma Negra being in the race. And both of her easy wins have come in wire-to-wire fashion when she's been able to get loose, Diamond Dancer. And Paloma Negra pushes her, and she has to go a little, a sillier pace. Then it could set up a horse like the 4 Waif, who I have in the 2nd spot. A horse that I know did lose to Market Time 2 starts back, but she had a brutal trip that day. She was 3 and 4 wide. It was a rough go. Waif was the best that day, and I know that's why we both picked her the next time out when she came back at the maiden, same maiden level, and crushed them in a good time. So I think she's worth following back. But for her to win, you're definitely going to need to see the 1 Paloma Negra step up pace-wise and go out there and try and ding-dong it with the 6 Diamond Dancer. But if those 2 do click off some fast fractions, it's Waif. I think that'll benefit. I put the 2 Market Time in for 3rd. The filly that's been going well lately has yet to miss the board, and you like fillies that are sharp, and she certainly is. And of course, your Advanced Cash, definitely a horse to keep an eye on. Not too sure what to do with this one. I've left her off the top 3. But certainly could outrun my expectations. But I did go 6-4-2, but I'm not as keen on a key maybe as you are. I would go 2 deep. I would go 6 and 4. Yeah. All right, on to the 3rd race. Got some maiden 5 granders in here. Colts and Geldings going 6.5. I've gone to the 1 Virtual Time. This is the one I think maybe the key. Good runner-up effort to a well-meant horse called Pakal, the one that you liked at big odds last time, and definitely better spacing in between runs for virtual time. If you look at her races, she's been almost a month between races every time. This time she finally comes back in a couple of weeks, and I think it'll be a it's a little fairer judgment of her when she comes back in 2 weeks to see exactly what she is. And I like virtual time. I put the 3 Mr. Sandman in for second on the class drop last time, and didn't fare all that well. Tracked 5 wide. It had a tough trip, maybe a better one from the 3 hole. And I put the 2 Puna Point, who was running a decent sprint in her debut. Maybe he just didn't want to go long, and might just be a late closing sprinter, and maybe that'll be the best for Puna Point. But I put him in the 3rd spot. I went 1, 3, and 2. That's the way I see it in the 3rd.
I agree with the 1. A single, I think, as well. Virtual time. She definitely looks like the horse to beat in here. The 2nd spot, I took kind of a flyer on a horse named Fat Cat Diplomat out of the Cindy Krasner barn. Really nice race, first out last year, first start of her life. Only got beat 2 lengths to Indulge, Wilo Cat, some decent horses in there. Come back in a maiden special weight in the slop. Looks like she maybe like bucked her shins, or kind of had some 2-year-old problems. So was out for the rest of the year after that. Comes back this year, shows up for maiden 5. That 101 work.
That's a good move.
It's a good move for these kind of horses. I think that puts her right in the mix of it. So I got the 6 in the 2nd spot. In the 3rd spot, I put Deidre Bell's horse Lance Romance in the 3rd spot. A horse that didn't disgrace herself her first time, was in that Packle race. Has a can move forward her 2nd start. Got a decent buyer in there, a 42 buyer. Could definitely move forward her 2nd start. Gets a little weight off with the Bug Boy. So it's 1, 6, and 7 for me.
4th race.
On to the 4th. Fillies and Mares claiming 7,500 for non-2, non-3. And I couldn't decide between my top 2 picks here. I ended up going with the 4 Cassia. She was right there in the 17.5 version of these races, which are generally quite a bit tougher. Last time she went long, didn't seem to take fare with that all too well. She comes back to a sprint, takes the big drop down to the 7,500 non-2, non-3. I think she's puts her right in the thick of it. The horse that the other one that I couldn't decide between was the 7 Maguire's Bridge. She won a race just like this, then went to the Open 7,500 that came up as an awfully tough race, and only got beat 4 lengths. Comes back into the condition part of this race, which is quite a bit softer, and there's a fair bit of speed in here for her to run at. So I got Maguire's Bridge in 2nd, and in 3rd spot Victoria B, horse that just wired him first, or for maiden 5. Then took the big jump up to the 17.5 non-2, non-3. Going long as well, the same race as Cassie. That might have not necessarily been for her.
Right.
She comes back into the shorter end of the 7,500 version. I think that puts her right in the thick of it. So it's 4, 7, and 3 for me.
Yeah, I like the same top 2 as you, the 7 Maguire's Bridge and the 4 Cassia. I've gone to Maguire's Bridge to win it. Just think there's going to be a pretty good pace in here with the 2 horse What a Score, the 3 Victoria B, the 4 Cassia, the 5 Hanukkah. And even the 6 Maria Lake, there's going to be a very lively pace. And I think even though Maguire's Bridge is shortening up a 1/4 of a mile to 6.5 furlongs, I just think the pace scenario is going to favor Maguire's Bridge, so I've gone to her to win it.
Like it did the day she won. It's a similar kind of thing,
But I put the 4 Cassia in for 2nd. She is taking a class drop, as is the 3 Victoria B, but I think Cassia's sprints were pretty solid, and I think if she can avoid a pace duel, or at least clear one of the inside 2 horses and get into a good tracking trip, I think she'll be tough to beat as well. And I put the 2 What a Score, 3-year-old filly battling against older, but she is taking a price drop, but I don't know how much easier this race is than a 3-year-old filly 17.5, but it's kind of a sideways move maybe, but I put her in for 3rd. But I went 7, 4, and 2. I think the pace scenario is going to be too strong, and I think it'll help 7 Maguire's Bridge. On to the 5th race. Got some maiden optionals here, a maiden allowance, or you can be in for 40,000. Got 12 of them. Got an also eligible Longatong waiting to get in. 6.5 furlongs will be the trip. This says kick off your pick 4. I've gone to the 4 Titled Nobility. Absolutely suffered from a brutal trip last time. Was 4 wide the entire race, and ended up getting beat 1 3/4 to double it. Latoani and Green Dude. I know we'll have some fun with that name again, that Juan Lara. But Titled Nobility moves inside of the 4 hole. I think it's going to help him a lot. I'm going to take him to win it. I put the 2 horse Latoani in for 2nd, owned by Juan Juan Lara, and trained by Julio Silva. And this horse, I was surprised that this horse could come from off it. You know, it's shown a kind of a one-dimensional speed side to him in his prior 2 starts, but last time he took the seat off the speed and rallied up the inside and was running well at the end of the race. Only got beat half a length, so I got to respect him. And I put the 10 Stratify out of the Dino Condolino's barn. Goes first-time Lasix after the private purchase out of the Darley outfit, and Swift Thoroughbreds purchased 9 of these type of horses in a package. And Stratify has some decent form. Was second in a maiden special at Betfair Hollywood Park, and they've got to plot him in the mixed series. The son of AP India, as are so many of the Darley horses. But I went 4, 2, and 10. I
put the 10 on top. I know that of the package that Dino got, this was one of the ones he thought quite a bit of, even more so than, say, Double It, a horse that won this race last time. So I think he thinks he's a notch better than Double It, so I got Stratify on top. The second spot, I put a horse, Sure Cash, out of the Rob Gilker barn, that ran a bang-up race his first out in a maiden special weight. Then he missed a race and ended up having to go long in his second start. And it just seemed like too much for him to do. It was decent pace and just seemed like a lot for him to do his second start of his life. So now he's had a little break after that. Comes back 6.5. I think that puts him in the mix. Amadeo Perez sticks with him. Sorry, picks up the mount for Pedro Alvarado. And in third spot, I have Lotwani. Like you said, big race last time. He's definitely right in the thick of this race. He wouldn't be surprised to see him win it at all. I got 10, 2, and 3 for me. One
stranger that may improve in this race is the 9-horse Game 7. Just want to mention him for your superfectus and stuff.
There is a lot in here, so you're going to want to look at these horses. And,
this horse did get out in that race, and it was a race where Richard Hamill was... He'd been injured for a while.
He wasn't at his best,
and it was tough for him to keep him in. He didn't have a lot of leverage, and but this horse has come back to work very well, and give him another look as well. So if you're looking for a 30 to 1 or to put in your supers, maybe throw him in.
Absolutely. A horse, Ray's Reno, kind of starting to put it together a little bit for Cindy Krasner too, is going to be a price. So
yeah, good race. Anytime you get 11
lots
horses,
of look in here.
It's you know, maidens that are not a lot of form. Those are the good betting races, and those are the kind of races you get your $10,000 or $15,000 superfectus.
Yeah. Absolutely. And on to the 6th, maiden 5 for fillies and mares. 7 of them going 6.5. And I got into the 3, Victoria's Spirit, taking a big drop out of the 17.5. Only got beat 5 lengths by Talus Ridge, a horse that's in on Friday night that I know Mike liked, and I definitely had a long look at. Talus Ridge looks like a pretty nice filly. Drops down on the maiden $5,000 level. I think that puts her...
Wow.
Yeah, that's. I think she's much the best in here, so I got her on top. The second spot, I put Alucia, a horse that's ran a good race last time, just by Pay Me Notice at Lookout County. Takes a slight move up to maiden 5, but not enough to scare me. So I have Alucia in the second spot, and in the third spot, I have a horse, Exilda, out of the Nora Dubois barn. The works are pretty good, the 48, and a lot of times I'll take a horse that maybe hasn't proven that it belongs to this level yet. So I got a first-time starter, Exilda, in the third spot. It's 3, 5, and 4.
Yeah, some odd-named horses in here, but I've got a Victoria's...
a mouthful.
I know. I'll get onto it in a minute. But we have Victoria's Spirit, who looks like a key in here. I mean, she looks like the best in the race, dropping from 17.5. Then you have Alucia, Fuchsia, and Exilda behind. I think those are your next 3 horses. But Alucia I've got in for second. Fuchsia I have in for third. But I think Victoria's Spirit is your key in here. I think you're bang on. I've gone 3, 5, and 1. On race number 7, our feature event in the afternoon, this is the Supernatural for 3-year-old fillies going 1 mile and a 16th, named after the excellent race mare that raced in the colors of Roy and Dixie Jacobson, was trained by Donnie Morrison. Big chestnut mare, won a lot of money and was champion. Very good BC
Superstar,
bred by Police Car. Actually, one of the few police car superstars. Well, was police inspector. There's actually quite a few of them. But anyway, a field of 7 here, scheduled to go postward. The 4 Evelyn's Dancer is definitely the horse. If you don't want to key a Victoria's Spirit in the previous leg, then you want to play a couple horses in that maiden race. Well, then maybe you want to key Evelyn's Dancer. But Evelyn's Dancer, a rocket ship last time, sat close to a fast pace. The tempo definitely slackened, and then sprinted home. Anytime you see a half and 46 and 4, like Evelyn's Dancer was sitting off of, that's big. And then, as I said, the pace really slackened. she just relaxed nicely, and then once Fernando needed her, she responded.
She had
and
plenty
drew off
left,
like a good horse should.
Yeah.
So I definitely like Evelyn's Dancer. I put the 3-hour Eleanor, a little disappointed in her effort, but she's just a little tiny thing. I saw her, I went around the paddock that day and I saw her, she's a little tiny thing. Not surprising that maybe her best races may be going 6.5, but she definitely showed some jam when running third to Evelyn's Dancer. And I put the 2, Madeira Park, a big run from the daughter of Langfear in for. I put her in for third, but those 2 are kind of interchangeable, the 2 and 3. Evelyn's Dancer for me though. 4,
That's
3,
exactly
2.
what I did, was interchange those 2. I agree with you. Evelyn's Dancer, definitely the best horse in the race. That was a really impressive run she made last time.
Yeah.
It was, pretty hot pace, and she was right near it. And it looked like actually Madeira Park and our Eleanor both were making a big run at her, and looked like they were going to get her, and she just found way more and ran away from them. But Madeira Park definitely stretching out, really showed a lot. She had a big kick, so I like her for second. And our Eleanor definitely, I think, the best. The rest, I have our Eleanor in for third. So it's 4, 2, and 3 for me. We agree on Evelyn's Dancer in the Supernatural. And on to the 8th, claiming 7,500 for 3-year-olds and up, wide open. And this is a good little race too. This might be a race you want to go deeper in.
Yep.
With your
certainly got the keys earlier on.
Yeah, you got the keys earlier on.
Hit the all button
yeah,
here.
exactly. I went with Charter Hill, the 6 horse, a horse that was knocking, really tough at this level earlier on in the year. He jumped up to a wide open 17.5, and it was just too much for him. Now he drops back down to the $7,500 level. I think he fits snugly in here. If you throw out that last race and look at the 2 previous, he's going to be one of the fits. He fits really good in here. So I like the 6 Charter Hill. The second spot, I have a horse out of the Van Overshot barn, number 5, Texas Buccaneer. He was in that Queechee race last time. Just got beat by Queechee and Quick. 2 pretty solid horses for the $7,500 level. And in the third spot, I have a horse that has done little wrong this year. Ice Rules out of the John Snow barn.
3 in a row.
Definitely on the improve. Yeah, broke his maiden, got the non-2, the non-3. Comes into an open 7,500, which is naturally a little bit tougher. But the way he's going, it's tough to not have respect for the way he's running right now. So it's 6, 5, and 1.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see that horse win the money, but
No.
it's a distance change, and we'll see if he can handle it. But definitely a horse on a roll. That's the 1 horse, Ice Rules. I go to the 8 horse in here. I like Say Fabulous. I don't see any speed in here at all. He got cooked on a fast pace in the chasing Tommy Danziger. Quentin's Destiny came back to win. Finally cruising around 4th the other day, but still just a race where if you go 2 back, that was a good 4th to Tommy Danziger, Victor's Magic, and Prince Intent. All were winners. Victor's Magic wasn't a next out winner, but he did eventually win 2 starts after that race. So I just think he's going to get the lead to himself. I don't see any speed in here. So I'm going to try Pedro Alvarado, who knows this horse well. He's awarded for some victories last year on Say Fabulous. I think he's the wire-to-wire threat. I put the 3 horse Forever and Time in for second. I know it was just a $5,000 non-winners the year win, but boy, did he do it easily and was full of run. Looked the part. He looked like he was a little bit better horse than a 5,000 claimer. And I put the 6 Charter Hill, as you mentioned, for all the reasons you did, back to the proper level where he belongs, and he's always going to be tough for 7,500. But I just thought the race lacked a lot of speed, and I think maybe the 8 horse Say Fabulous could take advantage of that. So I went 8, 3, and 6. Well, that'll do it for our analysis of the Saturday, July the 7th, Hastings Racecourse program here at the Derby Bar and Grill. Up next on screen will be your picks coming. Here come my picks. In the first race, I went to the 3, Gypsy Magic. I went 3, 1, and 2. In the second race, I went to the 6, Diamond Dancer. On the third race, I went to number 1, Virtual Time. I went 1, 3, and 2. In the fourth race, number 7, Maguire's Bridge, 7, 4, 2. On the fifth race, I went to the 4, Titled Nobility, 4, 2, and 10. The sixth race, number 3, Victorious Spirit. I went 3, 5, and 1. In the seventh race, the 4, the favorite, Evelyn's Dancer, will likely get the money. I went 4, 3, 2. And in the eighth and final, I went to number 8, Say Fabulous, 8, 3, and 6.
And there's my picks in the first race. I agree. I went with the 3, Gypsy Magic, over the 6 and 1. The second race, again, we agree. We agree on a lot of these this day, Mike. Number 6, Diamond Dancer, over the 5 and 2. In the third race, number 1, Virtual Time, with the 6 and 7. In the fourth race, I went with the 4, Cassia, over the 7 and 3. In the fifth race, I went way outside to the 10, Stratify, over the 3 and 2. In the sixth race, I went with the 3, Victorious Spirit, over the 5 and 4. In the seventh race, I like the 4, the favorite, Evelyn's Dancer, over the 2 and 3. And in the nightcap, the 8th, I went with the 6 Charter Hill over the 5 and the 1.
Well, thanks everyone for tuning in to another edition of Handicappers Corner. We wish everyone lots of luck in your wagers throughout the day. Should be a great afternoon, excellent weather, Supernatural, great feature race featuring a very good filly called Evelyn Stancer. So it should be a great afternoon. Please go on out to Hastings Racecourse or come here to the Derby Bar and Grill if you can't make it out to Hastings to enjoy some great thoroughbred racing. On behalf of Drew, I've been your co-host Mike Heads. Good luck in your wagers. Look forward to seeing you next time here on Handicappers Corner.
Foot's all right, of course it all depends if it red last night. I know it's Valentine, the morning works look fine. You know the jockey's brother's a friend of mine. And just a minute, boys, I got the feed box noise.